everybody, welcome back to Diesel Creek. My name's Matt.
I'm Sam.
That's it?
Sorry.
Just Sam?
Sorry. Take two.
I'm Matt from Diesel Creek.
And I'm Sam from Scrappy Industries.
And we are here today to rescue some more rusty junk. This is... We always call it scrap, but it's a term of affection when you're talking to us. We really don't like to see any of this stuff cut up for scrap. What we have here today is a Lorraine TL25 model, set up as a lifting crane at the moment. And it's been parked here since 2013. However many years that is, the math don't math in my head.
Can't do that whole 12 thing.
The engineer here will probably rattle it off. But
25 minus 13 is tough.
It is tough. Yeah, hopefully today we're gonna get this thing fired up and walk it out of here under its own power.
So I call this like a challenge. Like, we have 2 pack rats on low boys.
And 2 cranes.
Can we get it loaded today?
You guys plug your answers in down below. My vote is yes. I think we're gonna make it happen.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm actually less concerned about this unit than I am with that grove that we revived in the last video. It's grown into the track, so that's something.
Oh, it barely touched it.
You don't need to worry about the trees growing through your tracks.
Oh, except we got a lot of stuff directly behind us.
We can move that too. I got forks in the skiddy.
We got forks in the skiddy 170. Like, we're like
pretty dangerous.
Relatively dangerous right now.
The only 2 functions we really need to get working on this thing would be the travel, and the boom down function would be really nice. We don't need it. We can definitely do without it, but it would be nice if we could boom it down.
Is this like the same as yours?
Mine's a 26, so this is a Lorraine TL25, and mine up at the steam show that has the backhoe on it, that's a TL26, and the only difference that I know is that mine's a little bit wider, like the whole house is slightly wider. I'm sure there may be some other subtle differences, but mostly still the same. I think there's a lever or 2 that I noticed in here slightly different than mine.
You have your fuel tank set up? That's where we're at, right? They said they ran out of fuel.
Well, they didn't say that it ran out of fuel. They said they had it running and then it wouldn't restart. So it sounded to me like they ran the fuel filters dry, and there's probably a reason. I'm sure that the fuel tank may be compromised or whatever, but I brought a auxiliary fuel tank so we can just plumb right in there.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna have this baby singing. I actually got a video from the guy that we're buying this from. He had a video of this thing walking itself to this spot.
It looked so nice then.
In 2013.
Yeah.
And I told buddy Frank that I was buying this, and I sent him that video, and he's like, that thing's way too nice to get rid of. And I was like, that was 2013. He was like, oh.
Yeah, I'm glad he asked, because I thought the same thing.
Yeah, no, it's unfortunately a little worse for the wear now. The sheet metal is pretty rough. Ultimately, the mechanicals of it look to be in pretty good shape. There's lots of clutch lining left from the ones that I looked at.
That door might need a little ratchet strap back.
Yeah, well, the whole side of the cab might just fall off too, so there's that. Gino's kind of jumping the gun here, but
Dude, just hooking stuff up. I didn't plug it in yet.
He took the valve cover off and did verify that the rack is free, which is step 1 with a Detroit like this.
Oh yeah, get up there and show the good people what we're talking about.
So this is a 371 series. All right. So these are all unit injectors, and what happens is the fuel rack and the individual injector, one of them hangs up, and it holds all of them wide open.
That's what we're looking for.
This is what you want to happen. You want this to move.
Yeah.
See?
So the fact that that's moving means that we're not going to have to worry about this thing going wide open as soon as we start it up.
It might. We could hold it there.
Yeah, I mean, we can still hold it there, but
Or it.
it's a cute little crane. We got any antifreeze? Nothing.
I was wondering that.
It's cold out today.
Based on this here.
Yeah, I was looking that we got some rot going on in our core down here.
It's cold out today.
Had a little Chernobyl meltdown on our radiator core. So probably no coolant in it, but it'll be enough.
Why is the intake deleted?
I was wondering that. So they got the intake open there. I don't know.
That's for more ether injection.
There's no muffler, or there's no air cleaner.
I couldn't move it with the fan. Did you try that? It's not happening. Yeah.
Okay, well, we're gonna find out here.
Huh?
It doesn't need 24 volt, but if you want to give it that.
That'll give it twice the spinaches.
We need twice the torque right now, I think.
moment of truth, I guess. They're all saying it's tight. I haven't personally seen it turn over, but the guy that I bought it from showed me a video of it running like a week before I was here.
Video was from '94.
You ready for a try? Are we trying to trusting the wiring here?
Sure.
hey.
Bump the key, bud.
Yeah, works good.
All right, I don't think that's working. There's a button back here. What is that?
Boy, if this thing does start, nothing moves.
I told you, all the controls are pretty tight. It's gonna take some serious time with some lubrication to get this thing walking like it should.
You mean 170?
Yeah, that's what I thought he said too.
Yeah.
Sam and I are speaking a different language. How do we start this thing? You want a driver of screws?
A driver of screws? No, I think I just need to touch this to that. Go ahead, bud. Try what you're thinking there.
You gotta get it hard, I think.
Yeah.
You gotta give her.
Let me get my fingers out of the danger zone.
Oh yes. He turns over,
For it!
and we're getting some smoke out of there, so I think we're good. I'm pretty happy with that.
They got any gas in it?
It ain't got no gas in it.
We got that whole gas tank for it.
Yeah, we got a fuel tank. Let's have a look at the original fuel system here and see what we got going on.
Oh, Kevin!
Oh, there's a start button over here.
The line.
Yeah, the start button's over here. We didn't look at that far ahead. So we have a fuel tank here, and it's got a sediment bowl on it. It looks like it's got a little bit of water in the bottom, but not bad. I don't know. We'll crack the fuel lines and try to purge it through and just see if it's going to run under what it's got in the tank. It's hard to get my head up in there to see.
I'll stick my head up there, but let me see that camera for a second. I just want everyone to look at Matt's shirt, because he was way too tough of a guy to bring his own sweatshirt today.
I didn't look at the forecast
Take
as far
your
as
camera back now that we all see you in your tough man shirt. Show off your muscles.
this is Sam's Slender Man shirt here. I'm a little huskier than Sam is.
Chubbier than us.
Yeah.
Than Sam. I can't talk.
Yeah, your hoodie that you gave me fits fine.
These are patch panels even. You
Oh
already
yeah,
got
so
a
the
factory
original sheet
installed.
metal's already deleted.
Yeah. Be
Okay.
gentle. Be gentle on the house. You better not go above 55.
So Gino just stuck his head up there. He claims it's got a half tank in her. So we should, of whatever's in that tank, it's got a half tank of it. So we're gonna,
Look clear. It's on road. Taxes were paid.
ooh,
Can of Cosby sauce or what?
well,
Yeah.
hold the phone.
All of it.
Yeah. You got direct injection.
Pull the
access.
bird's nest out of the engine here. So here's our filter housings. There was a rag wrapped around that fitting like it was leaking, so that's good.
Isn't that part of the air thing? Yeah, that's right. That's what
Oh,
goes on the
that's our-
blower. That's the crossover pipe.
You put that
We
right
need
here
that.
for later.
That's important.
We need
Let's
that
check
for
the
show.
oil too. Should we do that? I know it's a Detroit, but we should probably check and see if it has any oil in it.
Yeah. Is there any leaked out under it? Ain't got none leaked under it. Can't have any in it.
You know, where's the dipstick?
Should be on the other side. Or is it right
Oh, that's right here.
there?
That's the thing I thought was a plunger is actually the dipstick. Yeah, that's enough. Plenty to run a Detroit. Beautiful.
Hold that rack.
All right, so if we crack this bleeder screw up here and crank the engine over, it should push any air out of the fuel system up to there, and then from there it should just fire right up.
And by that you mean ether.
These guys are not team players today.
Yeah, you definitely brought the pessimistic crew with you.
Yeah.
Here, would you like some tools to crack that loose?
One video. You're helping my cause.
This plug is in here.
You are we live?
Holy
right now?
crap!
Oh yeah, we were lucky.
We might be ethering Sam. Sam's all about that ether.
It was smoking. I don't even know if you need ether. You need to crank it.
For you that.
Well, when you need a pipe wrench, Gina's got one. All right, so fuel should come up out of there when I press the button. All right, so we're not getting any fuel up out of there. That could be our first problem.
From my experience with drip troits, you gotta like put a little electric pump on them and fill.
It's got
fill
your
the gallon.
manual down here, so the manual gear pump could be compromised.
I mean, don't question, but there's nothing that shut off at the bottom of the tank or something, is there?
There is a valve, but I assume it's open. I don't... Oh, yeah, it was closed, Sam. How
It
about
was
that?
closed. Oh. That's why it ran until it didn't.
All right, well, the fuel petcock was closed. That'd do it. So we'll give her another bump here.
Honestly, as high as that fuel tank is, it may just need a minute.
Come on.
This is living online.
Yeah. This guy got no respect for tools.
Well, we're having problems getting fuel up here to our filter housing. Ideally, I'd like to take this one because it's higher. It should always bleed from the highest point in the fuel system, but I can't get the plugs out of that one. She is froze. So we're doing the next best thing. We're not much lower over here, and I can't even get it up to there though, so we're gonna have to do a little fuel line blowback, I think, or pressurize the fuel tank. All right, we finally got the door off the back of this thing so we can actually see in here what we're doing, and we were actually on the right fitting there. This is the first fuel filter, and then it goes into a secondary fuel filter before it hits the injectors. So that is where we want fuel to be coming out of. Gina's gonna crack that bleeder loose and see if we got anything coming out of this first one.
Oh, what happened?
Door delete.
Door delete, cuz.
We ain't got no gas.
We're about to do a bush delete too. This thing's irritating me.
Impressive.
Dude, go cut something big.
Yeah.
Here's the dirt in my eye.
Where's that line going?
This is the return, right?
Yeah, so if you took that off, we could blow into the tank.
This is pretty cool. This is one of those ether capsule things, I think, right?
Cross-threaded appropriately.
Oh yeah, that's fine, I'm sure. That looks like water coming out of there, cuz.
No, that's clearly fuel.
It's fuel.
Oh, there we go.
This is really nice access without the doors in the
Yeah,
back.
this is way better. Is it kerosene or?
It's kerosene. I'm not even. It smells. But shouldn't kerosene be dyed? Or is it not dyed?
Depends if they pay tax or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
You got to pay air tax for airplanes.
It's got like more gasoline-y smell, you know?
It's definitely like it's almost like cleaning fluid smell to it. It'll run on. It's a Detroit.
All right, so there.
Will it push through that gear pump or not?
I don't know. We can turn it over while we're current doing that.
Yeah.
Well, it's turning over nice now. And we got whatever this,
I'd keep that off.
that mystery fluid. It's coming out here. Keep going. Still got nothing coming out of our secondary filter here.
It's
Is it coming?
blowing my finger a little bit.
I'm surprised there's that much coming out of the return and not coming out of the filter.
Yeah, we're just like unloading all that out of the injectors.
Yeah.
Although if your finger's on there and it's pushing,
Yeah, that's what I was trying to use my finger so it like isn't sucking air, but
well, it should be making pressure from the gear pump
Yeah.
at that point.
I just don't understand why it shouldn't push fuel out of there. I would think it should.
Maybe leave your finger off it and just let it go a little
Yeah,
longer. There,
let her run.
I was I mean,
As
I
soon
was
as you
just
did that,
letting it,
as soon as you let your finger off there, it started coming back out the return.
that's because it's allowing it to just drain.
Drain back, yeah, okay.
So that's we're losing. I'm just like it's pushing my finger up.
Oh, buddy. Oh! Shut her down! I'm scared to do that. Oh, it runs! How about that? That seems more appropriate. Great success! That was that close. Buddy.
That was
Didn't even need any ether.
basically too easy.
Basically, when you put fuel to the Detroit, it runs.
Even if you're holding it with your finger.
Yeah, it was.
Sure.
It had impressive fuel pressure after it started going there. Wow, I did not think that was going to go that easily, honestly.
Why?
We should probably check the
Now we
gearbox oil and see how chocolate milkshake it is, huh?
What?
Are you gonna change it if it is?
Yeah, we are. Not
Fair
worried
point.
about
Let's
that.
go.
we need a grease gun and oil can more than anything so it'll move.
Oh, I didn't think to bring an oil can. You got one?
Don't think
I
got
a bunch
oil.
I have Croyle.
I have that.
Hold on, this could be my next ex-girlfriend.
Ooh.
It's Caden.
Dang
What's up,
it.
Candace?
We're really missing Frankel today because he is the oiler extraordinaire.
And Adjuster 9000.
Oh, yeah.
He'll make it run like new.
He'd have this thing running like a sewing machine by the time we leave here. I should just drop it off the steam show and it'll be fixed by the time I pick it up next year. But hopefully we can get this thing moving and get the boom down on it. It's kind of growing into the trees there. I think so.
That muffler package.
Yeah, I mean,
Cherry
it's not
Bomb
that
Turbo.
loud.
Did you?
Yeah,
did
the
you see
muffler is
that?
like a legit made in the USA cherry bomb. I've never actually seen a legit cherry bomb. Everybody calls something a cherry bomb, but I've never seen the name brand. All right, well, we're gonna start lubricating and working linkages here and try to get this all going. I'm pretty impressed at how well it ran.
It sounded good.
Yeah, this isn't that bad of a deal.
No. You want to start wailing on these levers and seeing it?
Yeah, I think the only one we should need would be this one.
Across to there.
So it's my job to just sit here and just keep yarding on this thing while they find all the different pivot points and bell cranks and
We don't have a whole lot of sauce here.
spraying her down.
My truck.
Way of this feature.
Oh, buddy, I got a solution for that. Hold on. I'm telling you, it's pretty impressive. It's gonna fell it right at us.
Oh yeah, knock it out, buddy.
How's that?
That's nice.
Got a nice falling angle.
Do your back cut now. Come on. You gotta yell timber.
Timber!
Oh,
Look at that.
I got you, Gino.
This thing is impressive.
dude, you're not even into it. Give it.
Oh, buddy, got another gear. I'm not even a quarter throttle.
Yeah, that thing, it bucks. You guys know I stay pretty busy out here at the shop, working on equipment, buying more equipment, and then keeping it all running. So when it comes to eating well without slowing down, I need something quick, filling, and no nonsense. And that's where Factor comes in. Factor delivers fresh, never frozen meals straight to your door, ready in just 2 minutes. No grocery trips, no cooking, no cleanup. It's a real game changer. Especially because you guys know I've got a dozen irons in the fire at any given time. With Factor, you can pick from over 35 weekly options, whether it's veggie, keto, calorie smart, protein plus, vegan, veggie, whatever your flavor is, they've got you covered. If you're bent that way, they've even got smoothies and breakfast. For me personally, having Factor here in the shop has been an absolute game changer. It's awesome just to be able to heat one up and get right back to work. And I gotta say, when I first started on these things, I thought, how good can these really be? And I've been telling you guys over and over and over again since then, they are delicious, and you will not believe how good these things are until you try them for yourself. Beats the heck out of a bag lunch any day. Now, if you haven't tried them for yourself yet, well, that's okay, because now is a great time. You can head on over to factor75.com or click the link down below and use my code 50CREEK to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's code 50CREEK at factor75.com to get 50% off your first box and free shipping. Well, now that lunch is out of the way, time to get back to work.
I don't know anything about what clutch does what yet. Oh, that's the drive and swinger, like kind of in the middle there. Hold on. All right, so down here.
You need another camera.
See, that's like the bevel gear set for the swing and the travel, I believe.
You just gotta wheel this thing up on there, but counterweight up against the neck.
Are you on the swinger right now? Because the one I think should move is not moving.
This is swinger.
That's the swinger? I would think this is the swing gearbox. Because nothing's happening. So this chain drive, this is the boom hoist, I think. It chain drives up to that drum.
Here's the hammer.
I don't even know what I'm gonna hit, but
Yeah.
do you have a bar on you? I got some back at my truck.
Yeah, what do you need? Long, short,
Decently long would probably be good. If we can get that wiggled free.
Would you like a tire iron?
Hey, it's more than what I have.
Yeah, sounds good. We gotta use what we got.
Yeah. You got a bigger tire iron over there?
Ah, you know what? It's not really much of a tire iron, but I got this.
Hold on, that might work.
Don't ask for anything else. That's all I got.
All you got.
This cool wrench that Sam found there, that's pretty nice. I don't know what that does.
It's very stuck.
Yeah.
That other one.
Let me try mine. Does this collar slide back
the
and
whole
forth?
collar
Is that
should
what
slide.
it is?
Should slide. Oh.
So we're fighting stuck clutches at the moment here, and what can happen is functions will stick engaged, basically. So what we're going to do is fire it up again, and then we're going to engage the master clutch. So basically engage the engine to the gear works here, the draw works, and see if things start coming alive in negative ways that we don't want.
It might just start driving.
That'd be cool.
It'd be perfect. We drifted away from our counterweight
Ready?
stabilizer.
Yeah, go ahead. Probably need to give her some throttle.
I'm glad I got the 26 model because this thing is narrow.
Professional grade starting fluid. That's the stuff.
Are we professionals? We are professionals
I don't
today.
think so.
With that can, we are. I need a bar. Can't really pick it.
Did you wiggle? Did you wiggle the clutch while you're doing it?
It's just stiff.
That sounds like it's engaged. Yeah. Like leave that back and then put that in gear.
There we go.
I think it's just slipping the clutch. I think it's just slipping the clutch.
We are in drive.
Give her!
It's better.
Yeah.
I need to tighten that master clutch a bit. Yeah, buddy. Tell you what, it's walking pretty good. I'm actually pretty happy with that.
Just back off that friction and then maybe hammer on and break free or something.
Yeah. Hey, look at that. We got radiator juices.
I'm impressed everything else.
Oh, I can hear the air sucking on this thing. Did you hand tighten this? I think that's all it is. I can hear it sucking air. Yeah. You can kind of see Sam working back in there trying to get that collar freed up. So what he's trying to do, you see this collar here on this shaft? Those things are ramp collars, and they go in there and they expand the clutches outwards to engage in the drum. So basically that's what we're trying to recreate there on the clutch that Sam's working on, is that sliding collar action. Well, we, Sam actually, diligently worked to get the clutches released from the drive and from the hoist here. So we're in a better position than we were, but we can't controllably lower the main block here. And since the cable is no good anyways, we're just gonna cut it, and it's gonna come down, and then we can get this piece of sheet metal up off of here to continue working on some other clutches.
Got it. That's a cool old block.
Yeah, it is. I was happy to get the block.
Yeah, that's neat. Oh, I missed it. So much more access.
Original sheet metal, therefore I'm not very concerned about it. It's destroyed anyways.
It's had half the body replaced already.
Yeah, it looks like they used like duct work or something to bend up some new sheet metal at some point, which kudos to them for actually trying to replace it instead of just yanking it off there. So now we can actually get our eyes on the situation in here.
We got to figure out the boom downness. So that's the chain drive. I think it's interesting how the hoist clutch is back there and there's a chain drive to actually run the drum. And the same thing on the drag drum. There's so that roller chain.
Yeah, all your clutches are in one nice straight row back there, which is.
I don't see a dog. I'm going to be honest. I feel like it's all on that brake. Which means if you push down on that and we hammer on this, like something should happen.
You can back off the adjusting nut because that's what I started doing to mine one day and never. But see, I know actually I think I did back off the nut on mine and it still didn't come down. So there must be a dog somehow. So there's a small obscure lever up here that you can't really yard on very well. We figured it out. She's coming down. Oh yeah, that's interesting. We're gonna drag the tree down with us. Huh.
It'll snap off there eventually. Got it!
Raise her up, Jimmy.
Probably want the brake back or flip your dog down. Yeah, we can tighten the brake back.
Kinda got it.
Golden. We probably just pull the rest of that cable off.
Yeah, we can pull the cable off there and cut the tree out of it. I couldn't see any of that from where I was sitting. All of a sudden, this boom,
I was like, hey,
comes down at the same time the tree does.
It'll go. Matt's gonna try to clear a path out for us. I don't know what kind of our most direct route to the trailer is. If this pile wasn't here, it'd be sweet. Kind of bring the low boy in and caulk it and just load it back here.
Well, we're burning daylight here and we're not exactly super close to home. We're not super far either, but rather than try to wrestle with stuck clutches out here in the field, Sam's got the 170 here. It's Lorraine Towing Services. It's going to be a lot easier if we can just get this thing loaded up and fight the good fight at home with all of our tools at our disposal. I think we really need like a torch or something to get a couple of these clutch shafts freed up. It's actually rolling pretty decently. down, cuz.
Raise it down.
Oh man, that was tight. Man, what a beauty, huh?
Take the tension out of everything.
We're gonna take this first boom section off and send it.
All right, I think we're ready to hit the road.
What?
All in all, a successful day of scrapping. Got the TL25 chained down. Ready to hit the road. Sam's got the 170 loaded back up. We're ready to pull on out of here. What do you think?
Successful day scrapping.
Yeah.
Super scrapping, really.
Yeah, that was a twofer.
Triple super scrapping.
That was a single mission for you guys, but it was really a twofer for us here in real life. dump our bags, drop the trailer, get this thing unloaded. Well, she's all unchained. I was gonna go ahead and fire it up and pick the boom up so we could have it up off the trailer there and then drag it off the trailer. But then I remembered, because we took the point section off for transport, we don't have the boom hoist cables hooked to anything, so I really need to put this point section back on there, which now I've kind of worked myself into a position. It's going to be a little tougher, but one thing that'll help is, and we could have done this on site, but chose to do it how we did here. There's hinge point holes right here, so there's basically, you can unbolt the boom, and you know, if you had the pins in for the hinges, you could just flip the boom section up underneath of itself and wouldn't have had to actually remove it. It would have just been, you know, broken down basically for transport. So I'll pin that thing on there with a couple of bolts so that the next person doesn't have to do what we did here, and it'll be that much easier to get it up and moving again. Seems like it loses its fuel prime while it sits. We're just gonna give it a tickle from the ether bunny to pop off. We got the boom picked up in the air, and I don't have time to mess with the clutches right now, otherwise we'd probably be able to walk it off under its own power. So I'm just going to drag it again, and then we're going to work on it here shortly. long, cuz. Good news, bad news. Good news is it wants to walk. Bad news is it's not in good shape. There are some major issues with the travel gear. Might be a nail in a coffin for this guy. So this shaft right here is what takes the power and puts it down to the tracks. That one back there is your swing shaft. And you can see how it's wallered out and got this big gap around there. That's because it just wails all around every time you go back and forth. Do it again. Oh my goodness. That's not good, sir. Not good at all. It must be that worn out or something's broken in there that it's relying on this little cover. This is all that's supposed to be, is a cover. It's relying on that for structural stability at this point. We should be able to tighten this clutch up over here and be able to get it to walk back and forth though, I think. All right, so we just need to tighten this clutch up and I think we'll be walking. I didn't do a very good job of narrating here, but what we were doing was playing around with the clutch adjustments, and you know, these are very small adjustments you actually make to those clutches. Turning the nut a couple of flats there does quite a bit for that clutch, and what happened was I turned it too much, and when I engaged the master clutch, it started wanting to either travel or swing, and I had accidentally switched it into swing. So as soon as I engaged the master, it started to swing, and I couldn't stop it until I pulled the master clutch back out. Well, it was good till it wasn't again. Ultimately, we got it quote-unquote functional. It does run, you guys saw it walks, it turns. The next little snag that we hit here is very minor, but what it's doing is keeping us from running the opposite side of the swing clutches. So when I pull back on this lever, it engages the clutch on the far side, and that works fine. When I push forward on it, it should engage the clutch on this side of the swingers. All the levers in there that run the functions run off these control rods. And if you push on them real hard and they don't want to move, what they end up doing is what this one did, deflecting. And once you get a kink in it, good luck. They don't like to go back straight, and they don't like to hold force again. So ultimately, the fix for this would be to take it off and either replace it, or what I would probably do is straighten it as best I can and then weld a piece of spine on it to keep it rigid, and that'll give you a lot more force transferred back into your bell crank here. As you guys have seen throughout this video, the old girl is in pretty sad shape, but for one of you, it might just tickle your fancy enough that you want to come adopt this project, because I've put all the time into it that I think I'm gonna. I bought this thing simply because I didn't want to see it get cut up, and I hope that with my outreach here, one of you is going to be a player and want to save this old thing. So maybe if you have the resources and the time and the facilities, you buy this, you put a lot of love into it, you fix it up, you could use it as a lifting crane or a drag line, or, you know, if you really want to get crazy, you could find another attachment for the front like a shovel or a backhoe like my 26 model and be able to play in the dirt with it. Or at the very least, and what I think is probably more appropriate for this machine, is you already have one of these and you need one for parts. This guy does have some good parts in it. I'm not gonna say it's in stellar mechanical shape, but the only real bad spot that I see is this travel gear down here. That guy, yeah, it needs some love. So if you wanted to fix that, you could. I'm sure that you could probably have it remachined or find the parts to do so. Is that worth it? Well, that's up to you, because I'm out. I did my part. It can sit down here as a light tower if all else fails. I'll park it in the corner of the yard and string some Christmas lights up the boom, and it'll look just Jim Dandy sitting back here. Well, I reckon I'm gonna wrap this one up here, guys. As you well know, I have way too many projects on my plate to be fooling with another one. So I bought this with the intention of turning it over to you guys. So if you're honestly, actually, seriously, with money in a trailer, interested in this machine, I'm willing to sell it for what I have in it, which is $3,000. It does have a good running 371 Detroit in it. It does technically function, and it will come with the lifting hook block. As you guys see, it needs love. Don't expect to come down here and just put this thing to work or go play with it or whatever. You guys see, this is a serious investment of your time and ambition to save something like this. I can't do it all, I'm just one guy, so I hope that there's one of you guys out there watching that has the time and the facility and the means to do so, and we can save this one from the scrapper. At the very least, it's going to sit here in my yard until somebody rescues it, or someday if I get a wild hair, I will yank the engine out and eventually cut it up, because I know that I'll never get to this project. So if you're seriously interested, send an email to sales.dieselcreek@gmail.com, and we can talk logistics on it and see if you're actually going to be able to take this thing on. Anyways, I think that's all I got for this one. So if you like the video, you like saving old iron, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button down below the video. It really helps out the channel. Doesn't cost you guys a dime. If you would like to help support saving this old iron, like I said, drop me an email. Or if you'd like to help support the channel in a little more direct fashion, you can head on over to dieselcreek.com. As always, link down in the description. We got hats, beer koozies, sticker packs, hoodies and t-shirts, all that and more over at the store. That's dieselcreek.com. Link, as always, down below there. So until the next time, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you later.